The driver of the car, a black male, exited the car. According to Sergeant Moon's statement that we've received thus far, the subject had a gun in his hand as he exited the car, made eye contact with the sergeant as he exited. Obviously concerned for his own safety and what this man may do. He's already carjacked a vehicle from a citizen. He struck him with his patrol car. The subject went up on the hood of the car, still armed with the gun. Sergeant Moon continued on and struck a wooden fence. This is the business of a car repair place here. Struck a wooden fence with the suspect still on the hood of his car, armed with the gun still. The subject looked at Sergeant Moon through the windshield. Sergeant Moon, again, kind of concerned, obviously, with the guy on his hood with the gun. Pulled his handgun and fired shots at that subject through the windshield of his car from a seated position inside of his car. The subject got off the hood of his car and began to run on foot. Another officer who was on a complete separate call was around the corner from this business, apprehended the suspect, who was taken into custody. Fire rescue was called because he'd received 2 gunshot wounds. He had a gunshot wound to each bicep on his left and right arm. He was transported to UF Health and is probably going to be released within the next couple hours from there. According to our policy and standard there, Sergeant Moon was placed on administrative leave. Unfortunately, we're going to have traffic over here at Stockton and Edison for those folks who are coming out here on the west side. It's going to be messed up till after daylight this morning. We're going to have this intersection blocked at least until then. This is a car lot. I need to continue having crime scene detectives process this scene, looking for other items of evidence at the scene, and it's hard to do in the dark. We want to make sure we do a thorough job and do so during the daylight. Yeah, I can answer a few questions.
Can you tell us how old this suspect was, and can you release his name?
I'm still working to positively identify him. He's been somewhat cooperative with us, but I have not been able to exactly verify his identity, so I don't want to do that. So his age is approximate, but I don't know that for sure. I'll do a follow-up news conference this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and I should have more information about his identity, having verified who he is, let you know what charges he may be facing in reference to the carjacking, and other details that we may gather in the next few hours. Still a fluid investigation, things still ongoing, still have some work to do out here, and it's dark over there. A lot of cars in this car lot. We need to finish there.
You can't just say if he's a juvenile or not?
No, he's not a juvenile. He appears to be an adult. Looks to be in his 20s, but again, without verifying that.
How far did the officer follow the car before the altercation here?
Well, from Cassett and Lennox, so several miles. That he was trying to follow him at first, get some other officers there to assist him. The guy started fleeing from him. Kind of have to do at that point in time what you have to do, and initiated that pursuit.
Did he have any other weapons on him, or does he have a criminal background? Have you guys gotten that far?
Again, without positively identifying him, it's hard to say what he may or may not have criminal history-wise, and what other weapons he may have on him. Still working through that crime scene to figure that out.
So just to be clear, he hit him with the car first, and then he was on the hood of the car.
Correct. He struck him with the car first, and then as he was on the hood of the car, still armed with the gun, he fired through the windshield of his car at the suspect who was struck.
You said that the officer, let me rephrase that. You said the suspect was shot twice. Were those the only 2 shots that the officer fired?
Still working through that to figure out how many shots the officer fired. We'll process that car, recover the shell casings from that, and get the officer's statement a little bit more about how many shots he may have
Did the suspect fire back?
No, it does not appear the suspect fired back.
Was the gun ever recovered from the suspect?
At this point in time, we've not recovered it. That's why I want to wait until daylight. The suspect fled around the back of this business, or around the business. There are a ton of cars in this parking lot. It's dark back there, and just because I haven't found it yet, I want to do more of a thorough job with the light and daylight. So,
where was this vehicle taken from?
Over there on 1701 Lakeshore Boulevard.
Was it just like a person's car, or is it
This was a individual's car. The story behind the carjacking is that the male and female met this subject at a gas station over on San Juan Avenue. They agreed to take him over to the apartment complex. Once they got at the apartment complex, he left the car for a few minutes. As they're sitting there, he comes back around, presents a firearm, robs them of the car. They get out of the car. He takes the car and flees.
Did they know each other?
According to the victims, they did not know him.
Are you speaking to those victims right now?
Yeah, we have them, and they're cooperating with us.
And can you tell us, this officer, has he been involved in any other previous shootings?
This would be Sergeant Moon's 3rd shooting. He had a shoot and miss case that he had, and then he had one which was a strike case, I believe, in 2008 or 2009.
And how long has he been with JSO?
16 years.
type of car that was stolen?
It's yeah, Chevy Impala. Looks to be a 08 or 09 Chevy Impala, golden color.
And how's the officer doing now?
Officer's fine. He was not injured through the crash or any of this other activities that went on. Pretty shaken up with all that happened.
You said that the suspect will be released soon, but does that mean he'll be released into police custody?
Right, he'll be released from the hospital into our custody. He still has to answer for this carjacking. We still, again, we're a few hours into this and still have to figure out all the details and parts of that.
And lastly, can you just say, did he work alone, the suspect?
Yeah, he was alone.
So the injuries aren't that serious then if he's going to be released soon, right?
Well, he's got 2 bullet holes in each arm. That's serious enough for me, but
But they're not critical.
right, it doesn't appear to be critical.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Chief.